Mame Ali Barat. Na ye monkomo ken. Ali Barat agent edema Hugo Ekitike. They where you reduce Mame Ali. Ali and agent edema Nicholas Jackson on a facilitating move to Chelsea. Ali Barat. Patrick Sheniye on a dead television. So join ya monkomo yipa. This man. Way and not stepping into London and Ama transfers na yes sir. Ali Barat nini on a sheni koso on a share Hugo Ekitike so on no di Dean Housen Elma Madrid instead that on we Dean Housen unveiling wow we shape you know can't to be sa for nini di amamia. Ali Barat was there me ba church television so Ali and an itimu kwabu on also ejina the far end. Now the entire Ali eba town near my sister say Ken Liverpool 4% forward. The main targets Alexander Isak. But it is quite obvious to say June and the Newcastle for spell it out to all clubs to say we are not going to sell him. But Liverpool 4%, and that is quite obvious. But Liverpool 4% mean diplomatic. Until Liverpool were waiting. Almost Kenya by this time no de bedi beko and now some copy any inquiry biya. But enra you want a Newcastle for the 80 million euros say or pay Hugo Ekitike. Now Liverpool first target Alexander Isak, second target Hugo Ekitike. It's what it means say Newcastle for Hugo Ekitike. Nasa Alexander Isak Newcastle for Antoine Liverpool lose to first target will lose to second target. But on command when you do what I say it is how you Liverpool pay you need to act smart. Either you go in for your first target or you go in for the second. But all lose to the me and the asambaba. But what the show you say now. Hugo Ekitike Newcastle the bid call Frankfurt for say 80 million euros is so. And pay Newcastle for delegation call Frankfurt. On be some finalize deal no enimu ya. Omo fa Hugo Ekitike di aba. Newcastle say boy no onye Alexander Isak replacement but I think it is a lie. Omo fa no the number. Inti say Newcastle for one no yes negotiation. I was say Liverpool for so smart. Ask for Alexander Isak there no munya clarification tene kono mu coin no one koye bid they just went to inquire say of course we want him then heko mo be just saying Liverpool for catch them say omo betimi tua what they paid for Flowing Viti they are willing to pay more Matse 120 million pounds cash Say Liverpool for say, you're willing to pay 120 million pounds. And I'm catching Newcastle for no. But Newcastle for no, they are very attentive on the Hugo Ekitike deal. It is a say, Ali Barat no, I try, I get it deal down for Hugo Ekitike to Newcastle. Remember what I say? Let's say, so Hugo Ekitike Newcastle. I was saying Liverpool for go all out because we're losing second target to Newcastle. I was so all out to Alexander Isak. And when I say we drew Hosisia.
Ekitike 80 million.
80 million euros. Frankfurt so onje.
Also onje 80 million.
Sure. Transfer market.
But Newcastle market be no more because 55 million for Elanga. Only 80 for Ekitike. Not just say Isak, Liverpool for any less than 130 million.
On more than 120 million. And then I tell you, for number G. She said Newcastle for they are willing to pay. Newcastle say Liverpool for Nadama, a way, and your mama think a cradiamo when say. And Richie and I'm catch a Fali Ramadani on a manager Darwin Union say on the Napoli for no kasa here because Napoli for sika no money but no money. Napoli for the 50 million euros plus 5 million euros and they buy the Liverpool for say on when you 60 plus add-ons. Manchester Napoli for a Udini striker no. Luca Lorenzo.
Yeah, Luca.
They just say okọ na Napoli for Sanso and baby wa Darwin Union saka. Because the idea was that we will sell Darwin Nunez. Then the second be aka for Alexander Isak.
They say Antonio Conte and say look at no pay.
And say that is where the problem is. It is Darwin Nunez and Napoli say wabeka omoso, they need to find a way to sell him. And say no musical chess ne ekos anu and Ali Barat no suggest Nicholas Jackson dey ma Liverpool say no person what is our story na. So Nicholas Jackson to Liverpool. Liverpool ne kre Nico to Liverpool no. Of course, a suggestion since they say we here striker. Liverpool for Omar and about Samuel Morodion and run a come at a deal. But these are not priority signings for Liverpool. Liverpool main priorities na me bomb within the channel no. Yan to us way. Luis Diaz the end of the Ken. Last month, Liverpool had to send emails to 2 teams. Bayern Munich and Barcelona say, "Omon ton Luis Diaz." But you see, some of these things, you know, a way to guard, a artificial way, what they guard the clubs say, "Member na obaba dia pay what I want." Ewie, yo na bid aba for Luis Diaz ebaya 67.5 million euros. Ken, 67 Liverpool for so omunje. So mo beton a 100 million euros now. And then a Liverpool quote 100 million euros for a 28-year player. Liverpool for say the tone for the transfer market has been set by Newcastle. Anthony Elanga, Kudus, Omwini na 55 million pounds. Nasa Matis Cunha 62.5 million pounds. Na Brian Mbeumo be call for over 65 million pounds. Say markets no ya set targets no.
So why is so much disrespecting your 2 players from starting with Elanga and Mohamed Kudus. Enti Kudus and Elanga. Kuna kura 60 million no money can come on celebrate. Elanga Kudus. Elanga and Kudus. Clubs no one say teams na overpay.
Exactly.
Kudus na undeserve 50 million.
Boy no. Last season almost
undeserve sir.
Exactly.
And Elanga soon deserve 55. And just say clubs na ka say obi e kwa say ana Kudus kura mo ton say.
Exactly. He said that is the standard. The standard has been set.
Kudus na Elanga.
Because Liverpool for say now utuya 67.5 million euros, which a couple pounds man that's like 58 million pounds. Now Elanga is 55. Now beto Luis Diaz 58. Sebi, does it make sense? In Tonton.
Nti Otto Kudus 55. Na ode 58 ba for Luis Diaz.
David I say disrespectful.
Liverpool first, what did you want?
Where did you want them? Into almost 100 million euros, which is about 84 million pounds. He said that is the stealing. Oh. Well, Liverpool for no more years and they will go to Madrid because Luis Diaz will say 100. Oko Rodrigo Goes to Madrid. Bobo saying
send ordinary na beko. Over 400 in another Madrid for Rodrigo.
Ken,
what do you go Goes?
Real Madrid. Inyama mienu na ekoso. First of all, Alvaro Fernandez ne unveiling no me can't be coupe the etwem na ma ba the main issue. Ken menya nka wanjina ma 18 years no.
Jesus Valeu ayode.
Enye Jesus Valeu. Eye just way na Jonathan Woodgate na ohye. Eye just way na Saviola na ohye. Eye just way na Casano na ohye. Eye just way na Fubet West Ham United boy ne buy no. Ena na ohye. Eye just way na Marcos Llorente na ehye. Eye way na Luka Jovic enso na ohye. Mariano Diaz eye way Gareth Bale benya mane wo Real Madrid na 18 jerseys. Chouameni be say 18 echiro dwane call 14. And omode ma Jesus Valero.
Nje from for jersey ana. 18
jersey no bibish miss on say jerseys bi ho a. Te said ye wa betam jersey number 9 ahye. 18 jersey of Real Madrid is dangerous. I just wish him all the best. Main issue, Ken. Vinicius Junior contract extension some no the latest one you can. Say Vini among for adwen maha. Saudi Arabia deal na at the table no so. Na mon premiership on come no tie say Vinicius Junior. Ken dey tell say Vini say the contract na or better or signing no. The last time I was signing contracts no na 2022. And na contract sum was 75 million euros. 75 million euros no na just say afibia almost spread the man obinya 15 million euros. No problem. Wajibi be ewie. All bon no contracts no. And not say Madrid akofa Kylian Mbappe diaba. What Madrid will say player be baby 50-50 image rights. Kylian Mbappe buy woman 80% why din wankasa. Kylian Mbappe Ebano, woman is signing on fee 150 million euros. And I was pretty good in salary since he okay Kylian Mbappe wages are over 30 million euros. On Vini 15. Just almost half. And more than half of what Vini takes. Vini, he's been very quiet because I didn't have no. Because in terms of wages, David Alaba mpoje China. But Alaba they say I understandable and so free. And also signing on fee almost spread because in Europe most of the signing on fees almost spread good wages no so. Inti Vini himself or by extending the contract say be honest so benye sika ni bi. Me ba cho what the American say. Now, and the matter they say and your right so be to signing on fee at the Ama Vinicius Junior. But what did they show because Madrid they say, "O contract in you are not free agent. Already the contract is running, and your person you extended at the mouth. Instead of giving you signing on fee, and the finish also said that because you are extended because the contract has been terminated. Basically, your fans virtually it's been terminated. And also, higher restarts." Madrid force Afibia or move in 15 million euros and now 20 million euros. Still, which is short of what Kylian Mbappe is taking. Kylian age 30 over 30. No matter we in 15 co 20.
Mbappe is a big boy.
But you say
so buy or a big boy in a buy.
So
far, just one at home.
Oh,
Vini near man and co. Because Jude Bellingham signed and Jude sign home, Mbappe sign home. What you say? And on one Casancasa football and all say football in the Menena yard dream. Born now, what bonnet, Menena yard dream. But once a Madrid and it goes beyond football.
I understand you.
And Yaman I walk outside, you know. Some point we say the image, you know. Outside, you know, a second into justice in any sunny man and Jama Diana Canadian. But born nobody, which is ever says can I walk. But Mother phone didn't never be bringing a count or money man.
No, but see, okay, so I understand. So the conversation is about signing on fee.
She says signing on fee.
She says signing on or deserve one.
Oh, signing on fee.
Mbappe mo abejibi, Janano Jude Bellingham beji ni die. Into ono so requested for ni dia Madrid say the contract in win ti enfama.
Na o pesca dia onko Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia bid ni da wo afibia 200 million euros.
Nso onko je.
The Saudi says he say uswa. And the Madrid so say on say nkeye enkania.
We be fighting for racism uswa.
Oh, they say you so. Okay. On say
we buy we as racism shot here ne.
Oni dey say sanem. On say I ni image there was say no be 2 years no nkasa was saying the brand and cry. I understand but my point in say one say you know negotiations and kaye and a Vinicius Junior original announcer to say there 2 years ago original announcer and Madrid fans will force Madrid to extend his contracts. Yeah, but now it looks like everyone is quiet. As will be in any diamano. In some negotiations now, and I am ding.
But does a minute him say Fiorentino press do such stage winner or in the Cabaco, you know, even Cristiano Ronaldo Crojai. Omani do such stage now. So Otim will be this Ronaldo Koya, which Mamako.
I mean, we are but Ken. The Aquano or Axephone. A genuine na.
What are 22?
Oh, Ken. On for no 30 nibi, or so per so 30 nibi. Now, who didn't 15? Was he 20 or so per 30? Take him there. Can't get to be Konati.
Yeah.
And a Real Madrid deal, you know. The Etienne say, boy, no agency. Madrid no Makasa. Boy, no under CAA Stella. Stella for no omne manage Kamavinga. Omne Madrid for good relationship. Konati, Epe Dream Club Abo, which is Real Madrid. Now, this is where the problem is. Boy, just £70,000 a week. On only Luis Diaz. 2 players are there. In fact, wages are Liverpool the mom. No more feeling say Liverpool are extremely being disrespectful to them. He wants to extend his contract if Liverpool will give him what he wants. And the Liverpool for I relax it and follow and when you win. And the Madrid tap it in. Now, this is where the situation is. Madrid were 5 centre backs this year. Antonio Rudiger, Raul Asensio, Militao, Alaba, Dean Howson. 5 defenders. Here defenders this year. Senior plans for Konate next year. Alaba beko na Konata aba bishim. Deal done. Now this is where the problem is. See ya. Liverpool for a pushy boy and say, Master, so beko free the beton. Yempere ma ungo free. They said the Trent the no. Say beton dia let's inquire. Kwama catch a boy in the agency say, and I'm buy am from because say obeko free there enye possible. And I'm so inquire from Real Madrid say, go for no on person come to sisi a Madrid say, and yeah, beton there yenye ya adwin say beton defenders is here. But impose say be consider a 20 million euros. And he bet you. Liverpool for some pay 50 million euros. Madrid say 20.
Madrid say
20.
Konate say.
Oh, that's that kind of 1 year.
Na Konate can 1 year 20 million.
Now
na Enka Hazard 1 year 100 million.
Oh, and they say to us 20. So cast up a center back this year. The plans what to next year now a center back Konate the number. Into say Liverpool for penny say oh yes the case CA send your bear boy no enko free dear. Then what we are willing to pay. 20. If you do remember, Lenny Euro deal in the say and Kobai. Lele former pressure my mother say, Munkoti figure. And yes, I beton.
Since a tap him run it as we Juma Europe.
Case I money dear.
Because that happens because I actually call Chelsea ne Arsenal ne Jose. At that time now, some years ago, about 20 years in there. Na a year Juma pa. But say as will be a tapio wheel.
I was say the omo ye. As a class
Tottenham the year gives. Tottenham the gives in the year. Konate Madrid for the chassis Eshenechi. And of late, Madrid for years and
it's
play and I kind of 1 year. Or mobetiti na.
Saliba the say on my projection they are toward their man
for Saliba.
It's it is what it is. Say Madrid that is the style. Unto ba. On say the clubs place ne per Madrid free ni say Obama signing on fee. It is canning in our call to say David Alaba. No about ya why 50 million euros at the amount. Remember Antonio Rudiger ya why sika kesi at the amount. Into Madrid free no. Obe just signing on fees. He can't more do my place. No, into one Obenye sika. Obe sanso about the dream club. Test again. Yeah, Jenny JC. Na Roger Sheshini interview ba kubia. Okan yese. And now no omu trainee. Na omu ball long balls are test again. Any long balls about power. So bi se goalkeeper nim long balls about power. Na mom Barcelona no yemfa long balls na ebo. Nkwada no nim ball nebo. Nah,
wow, but chichi born.
I say testing him long balls, Bopa, he agrees. Name him at Barcelona. Bono, Nquadano per se, or the born a mom, long balls and so be any so. Who goalkeeper now no foul by what just session. As some catches test again. Right from that interview, and as I say, who said test again, then I see.
And Captain one was so on your training at Barcelona. So, yeah. Now, Biggie, what is Uncle for Chelsea?
Chelsea, I
Donald Trump interview no koye and say original cap on Ankasa one. Na replica no. And Omodena win over office. Meanwhile, na key in dema na ya yipano, Mocasson be German. No me quack for.
And then Uncle for church.
And Uncle for say, na inti papa pano mo ko over office on MP.
Can Uncle for church.
And no more church say, the trophy no mo koje and fa papa na mom. But say ya de kronipa no ye no no na ye.
Yaw obi o church Chelsea bi
say United for say mo nyina mo ye yaw.
O yaw. Say baby a Chelsea gina no obi a wish say onya ya na nka ye ono a. Ni team and ankaje. It is everybody's wish for the next 4 years. A bit me about this season, I will be Chelsea more than one conquer. Or best sampa. But Chelsea bit me being an waka to say we are seeing you in Bobo. There be any crowd or the Bobo and Natadi and Mintono Bobo. Wow, crowd will say world champions. And to send the team to call you, say Uncle you, or Bacatch also in Bobo will be out. At the end, I'll be there found. To baby a Chelsea, Ginan, the old Chelsea, see a yaw, and now they yes, I know a common Unya and Uncle Chelsea. No cray back up. Ken Liverpool. And Luis Diaz and Sensem. There've been a bid officially from Bayern Munich. How my ready so much this 67.5 million. Eddie Baba Befa player friend say Luis Diaz. Edenako. Liverpool is Kanisha on Giscano. Beginning now Liverpool see on your ready so beton. Because so build the team. You have to keep the core of your players. Who keep the core of the players and the quality ones in the year. Now what signs why your quality addition. Edi ababa be real team nimu. Na team na is strong. Na what team they are competing from all fronts. Bayern Munich buy no. In koma ayate we change say Liverpool for na say Bayern Munich offer no me offer Florian Wirtz e dey free by Leverkusen and sa no mo Liverpool e kwa akoto no. It was around 100 million. And this 100 million ni bi. And as some beton player, I friend say Luis Diaz mpoa omo beton no. Back in, this is the time as a Liverpool person ye business. I also open up no ye business. One Luis Diaz age I was show. And this a whole ton player now. In fact, so be so ne than so be train in 2 years time because 2 years time no. Now Brandt the contract he has 2 years contract as we speak. I will Liverpool bobo konem. 2 years time no. Now or ko be 30 years. At that time, the resale value be off from it is a wo bibia obeya. And then it's just a yes no. Already, Liverpool should pick some sort of experience from a year Trent Alexander-Arnold move to Real Madrid nim. Liverpool shall see us on the Akwadani di contract home comot na Akwadani ntiase. No we say no Real Madrid di nkomo. Se si aye ka say kunate dia so da on board. And also the same Real Madrid. And this out tenase manisi bako. Esi mienu, esi miensa. People are going to question your management skills. Liverpool supporters and you're happy. Because if we are saying again, you can't keep an unhappy wife. Obanish your door saying Campo and Campus also no beam. It's Luis Diaz ball our body ama Liverpool. So changing like Liverpool, or Brandt and decided to obey. They have to let him go. The entire make sano. A chassis from Barcelona. And then no more. And other clubs who say quite da home. And a Bayern Munich buy. Now saying it says on the Bayern Munich akwa dim komo. Verbally. Wa agree so I ready to join the Bayern Munich bobo kono. Until this is the timer. Ubetimi aton akwada no. No one yam fast one so dear free so. Because I will chairman the contract in a war 2 years time no or extend them hour fine. What is the probability to obtain the best of football from a player? I find say Luis Diaz biom. Oh yeah no so free one marken. The resale value by 2 years time na confirm. It's Liverpool business obeya. Onya ne ne. This is the time. Ken there are reports say João Felix Benfica sign approach Chelsea. So mu hia akwada no. Na Chelsea nkomo a odi ni so no de opeso oton akwada no. Benfica so say nkomo peso omo gi akwada ni loan. Nti nkomo gi loan na omo di kan ba loan. E ma Chelsea reject e. E no ma san so ababiem. Na che say clearly omo hia akwada no. Akwada no obi bi obeye. No ne Benfica company for Bekasa. No mo be fana. He has to do that. Said obi make it that move. Ma ne money tirimu nya ne de. Say he has an agent say Oye Mendes. Or you big. So if for no afraid team be asem wo player. A player by João Felix. Yehuna Shasia it was very bright from Benfica, Atletico Madrid, Barcelona. Almost every team you be be an start near great. But I'm reckoning him na near take off from the Marquadano. He's fortunate so agent Odin or agent Oya big, one of the biggest agents in the world. It was far for no afraid team be an obeka any of Aqualana bra na yaman opportunity. But baby Aqualana Druno. It is not just about getting bigger clubs, but getting bigger playing opportunities. Ebia agent in ne obetimi asanya a club and standard to say Chelsea. Ne standard to say AC Milan. Ne standard to say Barcelona and Atletico Madrid ama na wakum. But who come the kind of performance I'll be dying dino. Big club there is something we call pressure. Pressure na what big club muno. And my players we a lot of mistakes and to get back to the best of form. It will do our stage we are. You need a middle class team. Baby a pressure ni ho. And now say team wo gidie wo mu. Benfica has that kind of confidence in the player. E ho no sha see free. It omu nim dia kwada ne betimi aye. From there, Sika or the Breomo, any kwanya what two teams are bono. They have that kind of respect for him. So I'll go back to Benfica ne. Now Kwenyaba. Now we'll see a kind of mistakes in Bampoa. They are still going to allow him play. That is the kind of club Akwadani here says yeah. It's the Benfica move is going to be a very good one for player friend said João Felix. Said the way you bet me getting back to the best of form. And ma only way Mendes are getting your mo. Say, oh, stage no more one day. He is a big agent and so therefore bet me team Kesia Samani Bium. If you should get him another clubber. And was Aquadani Koyana instantly you're hitting the ground running. No Coco Boman near Master Sademano. And yes, sir. Obeko. but Obesan so abanachi because mistakes the chance yes eba big club bien one more beti me atwen because of the pressure I be free supporters no the aba managers ne wo ken Napoli what my young who say omni Noah Lang and so every our baba be join the team no Luca Lorenzo and I'm kwan so on so ba and now there were reports say Napoli kofa Dan Ndoye and the Sam Buka players me anyway and so the ababa be red team ni mo as our players me no nko management they 71 million euros so mo fan konko to our players me no nem famra to whom much is given much is expected oya Antonio Conte you say you can food you afro you can for chacha we are giving you everything you are going to need to succeed it is season now baba be wurem no there are other managers someone so about Italian Serie A animal but I feel say Antonio Conte I will say to me just to na o defend the OJ no can make away because for the past 10 years teams 4 pe and agi Italian Serie A ni bi teams 4 no agi Italian Serie A Juventus waje mako 5 Inter agi mienu Napoli agi mienu and AC Milan agi baako teams 4 no agi Scudetto for the past 10 years no so they no na ka asemo a na chese clearly e be di team foforo be finchi ababa be wram no ababa be gibi. Now let's look at these 3 I can Napoli home and 4 no Juventus boboko no season ya ebo wie ye adwuma na I got to do ye clearly on my young who say oye coach obetimi a fight it no the Juventus boboko na qualify for the top 4 in the Champions League na mum so obetimi a get trophy and as Scudetto na nkasa e dia ma Juventus boboko ne de e be extremely difficult e wo ho entimi nya gidie ni ahotoso se Juventus team na down say and season ya ye baba be wram yi or baba be Scudetto debi I can't get that kind of trust na me nya sa bet no e wo Juventus boboko no so number 1 number 2 let's look at the Inter Milan boboko no we Inter Milan boboko season ya ye bo wie the performance was superb even with the kind of coach ano mukita and it's our consistency we playing body nim and the technical team nim no omo ntimi an Scudetto no am free Napoli boboko din sem but the both season ni wie no omo coach Simeone Inzaghi eko it technically they don't have that kind of consistency there is a new coach Christian Kivu and ono to aba befa boboko no afi no aba be train style the philosophy for the team to understand your ball club world cup no be an Inter Milan manya convinced with the kind of performance that Inter Milan done aside into Kwanzaa says playing body nim a divided house can never win battles. Etimi bete on a Inter Milan. Say Obaba be Scudetto ni the free Napoli boboko din sem and then AC Milan. AC Milan also has a new coach. A new project. And found say AC Milan and preparing for be person team ni be bom homoden. Menya sure so mo target. And they say ni manimu ya na say season we are omo be Scudetto no. There be our players ni bi wo ho. That is very true. But there is a new manager afi no be system. Our person team ni bo. He's now coming to integrate his system into the squad. Not players never fit the old ones and then the new ones. And so ebe jelly and sana what you the best of football at the frame. It's all these 3 teams are mabo mudin. Obia one a problem. But Napoli, lucky say, omu coach intact, Antonio Conte. Or that's one the team no the Scudetto ni intact and so and now all signs are the quality. To team no the Scudetto no and when players no omo tona they are not even looking at the Scudetto alone omo has some to me performing very well and so Europe which is in the Champions League because I fuck Kevin De Bruyne in the mouth season here bowie when the performance of Manchester City obetimi abostel Manchester City boboko no but he just wants to leave because of you said the SS or Man City be our year. It is to toss our players with mouth. And the Babeka already existing quality no. Now that's so technically and Cesar hands as the head coach. And now afraid now Babeka dear Fufrobia. Philosophy now the ball last season no and 1 hour to also with your key players and a chunk of the players are Antonio Conte excuse and the Napoli boboko no. Based on the consistency in the playing body, the consistency in the technical team, of which 3 teams only are competing for the past 10 years. Obiani Bino. I feel so to me just Scudetto no defend the Napoli boboko ne ken.
Well, me that say I know a big